stoplight. My neighbor flooded my yard with his pool water. I returned every single drop to him. I live on a slight hill. My neighbor, Kevin, lives directly behind me, slightly upslope. Kevin has an above-ground pool that he neglects all year. It turns into a swamp of green algae and mosquito larvae. Last Saturday, I walked out to my patio and stepped into a puddle. I looked up and saw a steady stream of green, foul-smelling water rushing under the fence from Kevin's yard. He was draining his pool, and he had aimed the discharge hose right at my property line. I walked over to the fence and shouted, "Hey, you're flooding my lawn, turn it off." Kevin popped his head over the fence, beer in hand, and laughed. "Relax, man. I gotta drain it to clean it. Gravity takes it downhill. Nothing I can do about it. Just wear boots." "Nothing you can do?" I asked. "You could run the hose to the street," he shrugged. "That requires a 100-foot hose. I only have a 20-footer. Deal with it." Then he went back inside his house to watch football, leaving the pump running. I looked at the green sludge, destroying my grass. I realized he wasn't going to stop. I went into my garage. I happen to own a heavy-duty industrial trash pump that I use for work. This beast can move 4,000 gallons per hour. I grabbed my own hose. I threw the intake end into the pooling water on my lawn. Then I tossed the discharge end over the fence. Now, I could have just thrown it onto his grass. But I noticed something. Kevin has a window well for his finished basement, and he had left the window cracked open for fresh air. I aimed the hose. I fired up the pump. It sounded like a jet engine. Within minutes, the swamp water accumulating in my yard was being sucked up and launched back over the fence. I couldn't see exactly where it was landing, but I heard a very distinct splashing sound against the side of his house. I let it run for about 20 minutes before I heard a blood-curdling scream from inside Kevin's house. The music stopped. The pump stopped. Kevin came sprinting out the back door, screaming, "My man cave! My TV!" Apparently, gravity had worked exactly as he said it would. The water filled his window well and poured directly onto his new leather couch and 60-inch TV. He tried to call the cops, but when they arrived, they pointed out that he was the one discharging water illegally onto my property first. They called it a civil dispute and left. Kevin learned that day that while water flows downhill, a 5-horsepower pump can make it go anywhere I want. He hasn't drained his pool since. Catch you in the next one.